Yes, I'm ready to go live. Getting bored. Getting pushy there, StreamYard. Morning, everybody. I'm still setting up just a couple of things. Trying to get everybody on the... No, go away. Stop it. Shh. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. All right. Okay. Oh, I have to click something else. Hang on. This one. There it goes. Excuse me. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry, it's a whole lot of technical. Let me see if I can fit this. Alrighty. My sinuses are creating a special place in my heart. I feel like the music's too loud, so hang on. Takes a bit to set everything up. Good morning, everybody. Okay. I'm in my sewing uniform, aka, come on. Why is this phone so terrible? Just look me up. And oh my god, that was too freaking cute. Okay, so now I can see comments on Instagram, and I can see comments on the tubes, and I can see comments on you. Good morning. Let me turn the music down. It feels like it's loud. That's a little better. Okay. Woo, today we're going to have some fun. We always have fun, don't we? Got my dinosaur cup full of coffee. I've got my capybara cup full of iced tea. I don't have my snack, so I know I'm already going to get yelled at there. I have not fused anything together. Let me see. Let me get my machine rethreaded. Live like this forever. Okay, here we go. I guess I could turn that light. And hang on, y'all. You're going to get a little shaken for a second. That might be a little better. Okay. So just help me out, y'all, especially on Instagram and YouTube. If you feel like I'm not showing you enough of what I'm working on, just let me know. The fun thing is we can always critique with kindness and not just make it sound like a complaint. So I do welcome critique. You can't grow or fix something that's wrong if you don't know that it's wrong. Morning, Logan. How is the weather over there? I can't remember which Carolina you're in. I want to say South. Humid. Ew. Oh, that's because you're close to the ocean. I just, it's why I moved out of Florida because, one of the many reasons I moved out of Florida. And boy, do I get a whole, you moved out of Florida? Yes, I moved out of Florida. It's a garbage state. To me, it is very much a garbage state, but it is because it is so hot and humid over there. It is unbelievably humid. You go outside and the next thing you know, you have to change your clothes because no, it wasn't raining. You're just soaked in sweat. Oh, nice. So you really live right next to the beach. See, I wish I was a beach person because I do like the thought of just like laying out on the beach and chilling out. But there's so much about the beach I don't care for. I don't like sand. I don't like going into the ocean. There's stuff in the ocean. There's so much stuff in the ocean. I feel like I'm invading their home. Like, I'm not even asking if I can come over. I'm just like there. Like an intrusive mother-in-law. I'm just kind of there. Okay. Machine is threaded. I do try to change the thread when the machine is off. It doesn't always happen, but it is supposed to be safer. There we go. And when I turn on my machine, it cycles through. So it just pulls up the bobbin thread for me. Good morning, Bo. Yes. Bo is the reason. My darling Rebelle. She is the reason that I'm doing a backpack. And then somebody was like, hey, I want an Eda bag. I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do something about that. What is this? I don't know what this piece. Oh, I do know it. Oh, see, that's why I label things, y'all. The marshes. Ooh, no, not marshes. Marshes. So I'm going to take the Twilight Traveler, which hold for a hot second. Oh, dear God, I didn't mean to scare you, Charlie. I'm sorry. Okay. I thought I brought. Here it is. Okay. I brought it in here already. So this is the Twilight Traveler with what has been deemed the thong pocket. Because, it looks kind of like a thong. Not gonna lie. I kind of agree. Just went to the beach once with my mom and got pulled under by the wave. And yeah, the beach don't play. The beach does not play. And it's got a back pocket as well. So what I'm doing, and wish me luck. So first off, we're going to not have this front pocket. It's going to be an Eda window. So that's going to already be the first change. On the back, I'm going to do not this pocket, but a zippered pocket. Thank you, Sierra. I love how this bag came out. This bag came out so pretty. The purple shiny vinyl. This is the mirror vinyl from Beauty and Geek. And I think she does still have some more on the website available for retail. So it's ready to ship. So back zipper pocket, front Eda window. I'm not going to do the handles. I am going to do a handle, but it's going to be on this back, kind of like, let's see if I can get this to kind of move a little bit. So it'll be like that. So it'll be on the back panel. So I'm still going to use this kind of style here, except not this ring. This will be one full section. I think I ate my breakfast too fast. So this will be just one full piece of webbing. And then I'll have not D-rings, but triangle rings. Let me just throw out a random shape. Polygon. Hypohedral. I don't even know if that's a real shape. But I put a rectangle ring here. I have not had enough of my coffee yet. Thank you, Sierra. But I'll put a rectangle ring here so that if you want if you don't want the grab handle really laying up, you can kind of push the rings down a little bit and it should flatten it some so that you can get inside. So inside, and another reason why I'm using this bag as my backpack Eda thought process is because it has this nice wide opening. So what I'll be able to do is on the inside here, I'm just going to have it as a slip so that you can just slip and insert in and out, because I dislike smaller insides. Like if you've got a whole big window, why is it so hard to get an insert in? So I'm probably not going to be making the insert on camera as It's just going to be, this was a last second cut. I was finishing 2 wallets yesterday. And, by the way, sometimes I'll read a comment that's not on your platform. If you don't see the comment, it's probably because it's on one of the other platforms. And then on the back, I'm going to use the inside that I cut out of the window for a slip pocket on the inside. Now I'm going to do the front panel interestingly. We're going to say interestingly. Because this mad scientist nonsense came to me apparently in a fever dream while I was cutting. And while I was getting very upset because we decided on Chinese for dinner, because I just wanted Chinese. I suddenly wanted Chinese. And my favorite place that has the best egg drop soup, and oh my God, they do an egg drop wonton. So they just put wontons into the egg drop soup. So I just get everything that I love. Like, I'm drooling a little bit now. The problem is they're closed on Tuesdays. And I forgot. Oh, okay. All right, illusions. Said you didn't increase the width of the gusset. Such a nice thick bag. Oh, I did increase the width. Not the length of the gusset. I kept with her numbers. But I did increase it a smidge. I went to a 5-inch wide gusset so that I could make it a nice thick bag. I like a good thick bag. So even better is this is going to be a Marriott carpet bag. So all the matching just makes my OCD so happy. So I have my zipper tape. I have a whole drawer here. I have the webbing, which, by the way, Fat Rabbit Supplies, there's only 2 orders that have not gone out, and that is because there was an issue with the pattern weights, and I want to make sure that they're exactly what I want them to be. So I've got the matching webbing, and then I was waiting to do this style of bag anyways, because where'd it go? I also have the matching binding ribbon now that came in. I am so unbelievably happy right now. So everything will perfectly match. So let me get my heat press on, because I do have to put on a couple of things. Actually, I'm going to have to do that after I do the back, because I do have a stabilizer for the back. Hi, Mila from Sweden. Oh, yay. International friends. Whew, okay, y'all. This idea, I do not know if this idea is going to work. Okay, so I also got a new soldering iron. I went ahead and put it in the Amazon shop, but I want to see how well. It is a rechargeable soldering iron. It is what I'm going to use to poke holes in for my rivets through the webbing in that, so it seals it. The nice thing is that this is rechargeable, and it uses the same cable as my Fire Stick, my thread zapper. But it has temperature control. So if I want to lower the temperature, I can. It also came with a little sponge to wipe off stuff, and it came with quite a few tips. It came with 3. I say quite a few, but it was more than I really thought I would need ever. But it has a small pokey one, which that's even better because that's a nice thin, that'll make a nice small hole. Then it came with a hot knife one. So if I need to like cut something, I guess I can do that. And then this one looks like it's just a flat one, because this is a soldering iron. It also came with some like soldering iron and some rosin, whatever that is. I will have to do some research unless some of y'all do soldering. I am not always allowed to play with fire. I tend to get hurt when I play with fire. Ask my nails. Oh, and Sad Panda. Well, uh, my poor nail tech, Blue, she is amazing and she's such a strong, strong woman. Um, Sadly, her mother passed, God, I want to say 2 weeks ago. Yeah, literally 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, maybe? Did I get these 2 weeks ago? No, not too long ago is what I'm saying. Um, but she called me last night, and unfortunately, her nephew has passed, and just so heartbroken for her. But she's like, "Would we be able to move your appointment?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely." I do, that is not even a question I feel you should have to ask, but I appreciate it, but you need to focus on you right now. That's a lot going on. Help out your sister in that. So my nails will not get changed up until Monday, but definitely I don't think I didn't cut something for the back, but that'll be fine. I am going to need to turn on my heat press. Good Lord. Y'all, I am this is y'all are really seeing my process. This is how I work on things. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll let her know. Where did you buy that? Where did I buy which one, Mila? The any of the carpet stuff? Like the webbing, the zipper tape, and the binding ribbon. That is from my shop at fatrabbitsupplies.com. Singular rabbit, by the way. Sometimes I think when I say rabbit, um I accidentally say it plural, but it's only one. It is a singular rabbit. Okay, so let me put this. The soldering iron is on my Amazon shop. This exact one, and like I said, I like that it comes with a case too. It's all fancy. Stay over there. Okay, and it was a good price too. So the idea is, I really don't like the plastic showing. I feel like it's going to get caught on stuff. No problem, Mila. So I cut out a square. I think I went I went in. Actually, that's right. Because I was going to use the stabilizer and make a piece, but instead I just drew the lines to make sure I liked the. So it looks like I wanted to make sure I liked the size. I was watching Judson's movie last night and yelling at George. So I just know. Hi, Charlie. Mommy, I am not in the mood for you to do this today, okay? Because last time you messed with my thread, you screwed up my tension. Thank you, Charlie, very much. You just gonna lay there, huh? Yeah, that's Thank you for the nose kisses. You are so in the way. 1.25 inch, so that it would have a good chunk of this showing. We're gonna see how well this goes. So I don't I forget who does one of the Eda bags. It's really cute. I do love it. Hello, Brenda. Kitty bonked you. He did. He booped. He bonked. He gave you a kiss. He had to make sure he got. Oh, and of course, you had to lay on it. Good Lord. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because I don't mind the stitches showing inside. I think that'll look cute. All right, so I've cut out my square. Oh, Bo was saying that they have that Patterns of Holding has a coffin Eda bag. Okay, well stop. I don't need to buy yet another pattern. I'm just gonna buy it, you know that. But I do love the shape of this bag, and it's a perfect, look at it. Look at how cute that's going to be. Oh, hey, Cynthia, how was your walk? Brenda, I am working on a modified, I put it somewhere, a modified Twilight Traveler. This is the Twilight Traveler. Instead of the front pocket, it's going to have an Ida window. And on the back, I'm just going to put a zippered pocket so that it can be a back. And then I'm going to modify it to a backpack. I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, like I said, this is just the perfect shape for a little Ida bag, a little Ida backpack. I am so excited. Twilight Traveler, yes, by Scroll and Turquoise. Holy crap. I must apologize to Scroll and Turquoise. For some reason, I was putting you as Scroll and Lavender. I don't know why. It never computed in my head. Oh, she said our cats look alike. Yes, our kitty cats look alike. So I know what they do on the one pattern that I already have for an Ida is they have you place it together. So it's kind of like how you do a zipper pocket. So you sew them right sides together, sew the circle, cut out that middle, and then flip it. And, oh, good, you're done. You're ready. The problem is I like the plastic to be sandwiched. It's lavender and twine, Cynthia. Yeah, I think I was just merging the two of them because I love both. But this is Scroll and Turquoise's first pattern, and they hit it out of the park with this for me. Okay, this is so many smart choices, so many beautiful options for pockets, and I'm done. I'm done. All I can do is praise this bag. The only reason I'm making these changes is because I want to eat a backpack, and this will be perfect. Okay, so I had a thought process in my feverish cutting dream here. I'm going to put a little bit of tape. And I'm going to use this tape that I don't use if I'm sewing because it leaves black schmutz on my needle. But I just want it to be held in place. Boo! Scroll! Boo! That's okay. It'll be on my live, so you can always go back and rewatch it. All right. Here we go. So I'm just putting one piece on the top and one on the bottom. Oh yeah, Cynthia, you were right. Thread was right on track with it. I still have not made one of their bags, but I just keep buying the pattern because they're gorgeous. I am officially in beast mode. There we go. Yes, that'll work. Okay, I didn't quite. Oh, that'll work though too. Okay, so I've got the tape. That's what the black is. It's barely catching the plastic because I put it in a weird place, but it's just kind of to hold it on. Then we're going to see how well this works. I cut out a piece of heat transfer vinyl, which I want to make sure that, what are you doing? I want to make sure that the hole matches up. Because I thought with the heat transfer vinyl, it wouldn't add any more thickness than I really want. Okay, that piece needs to be cut just a little bit more. Or I could always move it down some. Let's move it down some. And this is honestly just to cover the oh, Lord have mercy. This is just to cover the the back of the vinyl. Let me just see how that looks. Actually, that looks pretty good. Nope. Oh, that's why. I mean, I want it to cover, but I don't want it to go. Okay. It was really hard to mark on here. Hang on. Here you go. I don't like this tape anyways. It is not good tape. Come on, you. Maybe. So, you know me, I'm always about not adding thickness into my seams. Nope, Dragon Con carpet. Dragon Con carpet everything. Is there any rainbow glitter vinyl? I'm not sure. I have all sorts. Is this the right size? No, this is. I was just trying to get done yesterday, so it is a very rough cut. So I'm just going to kind of, well, maybe I'll turn it this way. Because it was me just tracing it on the inside. So I just need to find a pen that will write on this. Nope. Where are you at? There you are. You ended up having to use like a permanent marker. Elmer's glue would probably work. With this though, I do have to excuse me. I do also have to consider, yeah, that'll work. I just need to cut that little piece off. Oop, that would have been a bad moment. I do have to consider that the HTV vinyl is going to press down. So anything I put on it is going to show through in the presser probably. But a different bag with different colors. Yes, Kelly, we can definitely look at that. I do have a couple of different vinyls that would go well with that. I've got a very pretty hollow rainbow that I can show you pictures of later. Just send me a message after the live or now, because I mean, either way, because otherwise I will forget. I have like no memory skills. Hey, can you try not to do that? Hey, that is not a chew toy. Don't you bite me because I told you no. So if you have an industrial, you know about the whole, don't do it, mister. Don't you do it. With an industrial, to clean it and stuff like that, you lean it back. So it has a stick to lean the machine back on. He seems to think that that's his chew toy. Oh, you're a terrible cat sometimes. You know that? Just terrible. Okay, so I've got my vinyl down. Otherwise, this is going to turn off. It has, my heat press has an auto turn off. So if it's not used for 10 minutes, it'll just be like, okay, I'm out. Have a good day at work. Oh, okay. So I've got my heat transfer vinyl. And then I have this. I'm going to get my tape. I'm going to get my heat safe tape. I've got some pieces over here too. And I'm just going to kind of put it exactly where I want it. go. And I'm just going to place them on the corners. Because I thought about putting some stabilizer around, but then it'll kind of be seen. All right, now the thing I need to do too is find, do I have a scrap over here? Son of a gun, I don't. Bear with me for 2 shapes. There's a cat to entertain you. Mother of God, why? Okay. I have returned. Whenever I use heat transfer vinyl on my press, I use a piece of paper under it because I rarely cut it to size perfectly. The other thing is that I don't want the Teflon. Here we go. I don't want the Teflon sheet to put a texture. What was that, Cynthia? I got lost for a moment. I'm sorry. But I have a Teflon sheet that I don't really get to use because even though I've scraped off as much as I can, it still feels a little weird in that spot. Did you get any work put of him? Not quite. Oh, you done? You good? Visit over? Thank you, sir. Here we go. All right. The other thing is I don't want the, whew, that is hot. It's supposed to be a warm peel, so let me. See about getting this off. There it goes, maybe. Where are you at? Okay. Now, I was not 100% sure how well this was going to work. Because of the clear vinyl that I'm sandwiching. No, I can't seem to get him to work. He always says that it's his day off. Somehow my cat has decided that every day is his day off. He's a good supervisor, terrible worker. Okay, let me see if I can peel this off. That's why I put the paper. All right. So, what I did was I did not sew down the vinyl yet, the clear vinyl. And that is because if this didn't work, I didn't want to have to redo stitches. If I had to like change the vinyl because it got ruined. And right now I'm just taking my seam roller and kind of rolling it out a little bit here. So I think this does work nicely, and I think it'll work even better if it's already stitched down. Ta-da! Kind of see the... Okay, so I'm going to take I'm going to use my tweezers. I need to find these in Amazon too. Hopefully this comes off. Come on. Madre de Dios. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to sew around. Come on, you. I'm going to sew around the vinyl inside, so that window is completely secured. One more. By the way, so what I'm doing when I take off the tape is I'm not going on the vinyl itself, because I know how sharp these are and I know what's going to happen. Because no treats for Charlie till he's retrained. He will not be having any of that. I know that. He already yells at me because he can't go outside. So I don't want to scratch my vinyl. So I'm going under right here. And then I'm sliding it across until I get to about the end. Pop out on me. And then pulling up. Okay. That pulls it up without me ripping into my vinyl, because that has happened before. I'm going to take a moment to cut down this vinyl. If you don't mind the clear vinyl, because you're really not going to see it. I just worry that a pin's going to catch on it. But if you don't mind the clear vinyl not being sandwiched in between something, it probably, I'm not going to lie, it would most likely be easier to just do the heat transfer vinyl and then also look at this vinyl and make sure that I'm not over pressing it. But it's a really pretty dark blue color. But yeah, you can see where the line is of my clear vinyl when it hits the light just right. Now, I'm not too concerned with that, mainly because of the fact that it's on the inside, so it's really not going to be seen. Again, the reason really, this stupid piece of tape, come on, you. The reason I like to sandwich it is not as for aesthetic's sake, but for the safety of the pins. I just don't want them to get caught on it. Could probably use like a sticky glue or something. All right, here we go. I'm gonna see how well this goes. Because it got stretched a little bit here, so I'm going to be real careful. All right. Sewing around this at 1/8. Where are you going? Let's not start the morning off sassy here, sir. I rethreaded you while you were off and everything. I should get like bonus points for that. I've only got 3 more of my wallets that I cut out. I cut out 10 of them last week, and I am so excited. I'm so excited to be almost done with them. Mainly because then I can cut out I can cut out one for each of the carpet designs I have. If you're not sure what this whole carpet thing is, it's a Dragon Con thing. If you look up the Cult of the Carpet, you will get this the most amazingly petty and awesome story ever. It is so fantastic. Do not mess with cosplayers is all I'm going to say. All right. I think that looks magical. Oh my God, I do. I love that. Okay. Okay. And then there's the back. Like I said, it's not perfect. It definitely will need work. Drawing on the HTV, I need to figure out a better way to do that. With clear vinyl, with this one, I just cut out of shape. But if I need to mark clear vinyl, I just use a dry erase marker. What they say about us anyway. Come on, thread. Why is everything being sassy this morning? There we go. Now, as always, if you're zapping close to the things, then oh yeah, Jacqueline, even better is I have webbing, zipper tape, and binding ribbon all for it. And I am so excited. I know. Fine, just turn off for right now. You're warm. But there we go. So that's going to be our window. In fact, I can quickly do, where are you at? Come here, you. We can do, once I find it. That's the inside slip. Did I cut one for the inside as well? Y'all, I don't, like I said, yesterday was like a fever dream. I have no idea what I cut. There's that. That says back, and that's probably the slip. Okay. So that will be in a moment. All right. I'm going to move that over here for the time being. I'm going to try to keep it flat because I don't want the clear to get weird. Nice. Oh, Jacqueline, don't you just love it? It's such a fun convention. And I'm not going to lie, as a small business, when I vend there, Dragon Con goers, they don't ask how much something is usually. Or if they do, they don't really like bulk at the price. I'm trying to decide if I want a little bit of stabilizer on the top. So, where are you at, Scrap Bucket? Scrap Bucket. Bucket to the rescue. This is my scrap bucket. I actually have my Decoville heavy pieces and light pieces separated. I want a nice... Ooh, do I have any more of that? Ooh, y'all, I think I do. Over there, please. Stay. Oh, that is so haphazardly stacked. It's not even funny. Yes. Nope, that's not what I thought it was. Never mind. Doggone it. Nope, that's just another piece of vinyl. Oh, but this is what I was looking for. I still found it. Whee! Okay, what was it? Yeah, thanks, y'all. In fact, yes. All right. Okay. So I have some of this. This is the last tiny piece of this that I have. This self-adhesive fleece from Beauty and Geek that I absolutely adore. That I have been keeping every tiny piece of because it's great for like magnet backings and that too. Into the scrap you go. Let's see. So I don't really want to sew through it. So let me sew. So that's what I'm going to do. That's the good thing about the adhesive is now I don't have to turn back on. Scissors. Now I don't have to turn back on my heat press right away. Supposed to be working. Hey, no judgment here. I find, Vaughn, I find my material pretty much just in a lot of random groups. Definitely be a part of So Whatever. And who's running what. There's a couple of who's running what groups on Facebook. So you'll always kind of, that helps you keep in the know of what's running at that time. Who's got, let's see, like who has retail, who's got a new pre-order. For the carpet stuff, everything I've had printed for me. So for the back of the Eda pocket, I cut it the width of the bag, and then what did I do? I did 9.5 inches tall because I want you to be able to slip things in. No problem, Vaughn. So what I'm going to do now, is flip this over. I want to top stitch this first. So I sewed those wrong sides together, and now I did that at like 3/8, look like. And I'm going to top stitch them. This is a very interesting waterproof canvas that I get from my supplier. I'm going to see about ordering a sample pack because I think something's getting crossed in the wires. I do like it. It's really soft and it feels just like a thick canvas, and it is waterproof. Like I dumped water on it, let it sit overnight, and there wasn't anything under it. But it's like, it doesn't, it has this, here it is. It has a fraying issue. If I cut it out and leave it for too long, it tends to fray. Thank you. I do like how pretty, the colors are gorgeous. I'm going to do carpet hair this year, and I'm so excited for it. So I'm going to dye my hair blue, and then I'm going to get red and yellow extensions to put in and just kind of like braid through. And maybe another shade of blue, because there's like 1, 2, 3. There's like 3 or 4 shades of blue in this on top of the yellow and red. So, but every year I do a line of these bags. I do a different contrast with them so that it's that year's bag. Well, thank you. So I have this self-adhesive fleece from Beauty and Geek. God, I need to order more. I literally told her, just order a shipload and just have it sent to me. Because I really, really, really like it. Okay, so with the fleece, which you have to be careful, and you really should be careful with any fleece. Fleece has a stretch to it, so if you pull on it, it will disshape it. Disshape it? Unshape it? Discombobulate? I don't know. I don't have enough coffee to use big words. Okay. I really did a good job on my coffee this morning. It's never the same way anytime. So I peel off a little bit of it. That feels too bright. might help. Okay. So you peel a little bit off. You position it where you want it. I want it closer to the top, like right under that seam. Now, it can be pulled back up. You also can take an iron to the other side of it and set the glue a little bit more, but it will stay down. It after it's cured is definitely the only word. Distort. Thank you, Brenda. Dear God, words. But so what you want to do is I lean it back and I pull lightly on the paper, then pull over and put it down. So I do push it back over and then use the paper to guide it. So, but I don't do it like the whole thing because that's going to distort it a lot. And see, that's definitely a little closer to the edge than I planned on, but that's not too bad. I'm still getting used to working with it, but I have found that if you're gentle with the paper, but here we go. So it's in the seam. I don't like it in the seam. So what I'm going to do is pull it up gently. See how it is coming up nice and easy because I'm pulling on it. And then I'm going to place it where I want it. And then kind of, actually, I think I'm going to have to, you know what we're going to do? We're going to clip this. I'm going to be careful because even just pulling it back can start to distort it. I am going to get my paper scissors. That side. Because we do not waste interfacing in this house. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to find the shiny side of the paper. And like I said, this can happen. You can end up stretching a little bit. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. So I have that chunk. I'm going to put down everything. So this is obviously more than I want it to be. Good morning, y'all. So this is obviously more than I want to cut off. The reason I put the paper on is because if you try to cut it with just the sticky, it's just going to stick to your scissors. Honestly, you should also have non-stick scissors around just in case. So I'm just going to go up this line. And I'm still cutting a little more than I think I should. And that is because I believe when I put it back down, it's going to stretch again. So I cut that little piece off. I do not throw this away. This is great for behind rivets, behind magnets. Stick on your cat when he's being a little brat. All right. Come on, you. So I'm just going to pull that paper off and then... So it still was a little bit more into the seam, but that's fine. This is very much an experimental bag. So now I have a sturdier pocket. And this is going to go on the front. Where are you at, front? My name tag is going to go on the back of the bag, by the way. All right. This is where I'm going to get a chance, by the way, to make sure that the pocket is where it is and then get my front kind of stretched back out. Stick it to your cat. Yeah, when he is a brat. So I believe I'm going to go down a little bit more. I cut as an experiment. This is the first time I am doing the bag this way. I am trying to make sure that the top of the slip pocket is just a little bit over where the window starts. I haven't sewn through it yet. The other strikers said that it didn't make their needles sticky. Um, it's why I do keep a little bit of oil around, and I keep rubbing alcohol in a tiny bag, in a tiny bottle that I can spray on, and then tea time. That way I can clean my needle if I need to. If I've gone through a lot of tape, you might see me just all of a sudden kind of do this. I'm not petting. Oh, maybe that is. Maybe, oh, is that a good boy, Tiberius? I feel like I'm petting him or something. We'll just kind of stop it there. Oh, right. There we go. So funny. My husband's like, call me after the live. I'm like, are you going to try to ditch work a little early today? He's like, we'll see. I'm also trying to figure out with the seam allowance how easy or not easy that's going to be. So I think I'm going to have to go a little below the window because I don't want people to have to fight to get into this pocket. That's why I didn't do a zippered one. Come on. There we go. So I'm just going to kind of pin where this is. I'm going to make sure that it's even. Because my brain has been not playing right. 5/8. Know what I say, only what I do. Doesn't mean I'm doing bad things to you. Oh, there's the puzzle piece. Boop, 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 boop. One day I won't have to do that silly puzzle piece. So I'm using StreamYard so that my camera is my laptop camera is picking up both the gram and the tubes. So they get the same position. And then I kind of position the clock gap close to it. Ooh, nice. I'll have to look those up. I haven't had much problem, and I keep fleece out of the it's foam that I usually don't worry about, but that I do keep in, but that's because it's nonstick. It's dashboard. Dashboard sounds right. It's dashboard foam. Rear head. It's the foam you're supposed to technically put in the car, but it works really well in my bags. Okay, so yeah, it looks like how much? So I can probably cut off about 1 inch of my measurement for the height, but here we go. So that's it so far. Let me get this basted on. You bad. Keep my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Simple on chili and juice. So I'm just basting this pocket on, and that's going to be it for the it's going to be it for the front panel. So I'm kind of stretching my Eda window panel to kind of go with the shape it's supposed to be because it did get a little distorted. Headliner, yes, but thank God y'all are my best friends, okay? Because I'll tell you, there are some days when words aren't hard, words are impossible. And those are the days when I'm like, thank God nobody's around to hear me stumble too much. Or Aaron laughs because he's like, I saw you catch fire. He's like, are you yelling to me or yelling at your podcast? The podcast! Okay. Everything okay? They're dumb. Well, yes, I know that, sweetheart. Are you okay? I'm fine. They're just dumb. Why are they so dumb? Type things, you know. All right, so here we go, and bam! Da 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 da. Anyway, sorry, the '90s music is on again, so it is so soothing. So that's with some fleece. I thought about putting like a piece of Peltex or Decoville Heavy, but I really think it's a better idea to use an insert in an Eda bag. First of all, this way, if your pin back comes off, it's going to be in the little pouch and it'll be quicker to find. You also have a better chance of not poking yourself when you go to get something in your bag. And it just feels like it's a better option. I think it also creates longevity in your Eda bag. My favorite thing with one of my favorite things with Dragon Con is when people come up with one of last year's bags. You know, they're wearing it. It makes me so happy because I do try to create bags with the thought of longevity. Because somebody joked and was like, you should make them kind of poor so they break down in 6 months or so that they'll come buy another one. I'm like, I'm not going to buy a bag from somebody if it doesn't last a good while, because it just seems like a quality issue at that point. I've had one lounge fly bag that I used, and I don't foresee ever using one like that again because it was dead in like 6 months. And while I do change over my bags, I would like the option to go back to that bag. Reclipping my centers because they got, like I said, this got a little bit distorted. It looks like I fixed it nicely though. Come Easter. Alrighty. That's a good thing too, because you can throw one of those on there. Alrighty, here we go. Look at that. That makes me so happy. So the front panel's done. Hooray! Stick you over here. There we go. So you can flatten out. All right. My freaking squeaky chair. Whew. All right. So now we're going to do the back. So fun thing is this is the window. This is what got cut out of the window. And this is what got cut out of the window as well. I'm going to fuse them together and make this into the slip pocket inside. Waste not, want not. But let me see what I need. So that's going to go with this. Which is going to be fun. This is going to go on the back once it's done before I put the other stuff on. This is the zipper. There's the back top. That's zipper. That's stabilizers for those. There's my connectors. The strap cover. That's my gusset. That's my handle. Oh, no, I don't need the handle yet. Is that you? Nope. You're the handle, aren't you? Yes. Okay. These I'm going to need. That's my straps. Oh, that's right. And my bottom. That should be good enough for some. Oh, here we go. Those will work. You will be closer. I'll leave that when I go to fuse. Okay. 2 shapes I've got to find. Oh, I wonder if it's scrap box. All right. Let's see what's in the scrap box. That's a piece that was. Oh, hello. More fleece scraps. That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. What are these doing in here? Nope. 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 Those go in the other scrap box. I do try to keep my scrap boxes contained in a way that is at least somewhat organized. Like this is a really nice scrap of this black vinyl. Great for itty bitty bags. However, it goes into a different box, not this box, because this box is all scraps of, actually those would probably work better. Oh, well, you can just go in the scrap box. Scraps for anything carpet related. It helps to keep it organized because it's not very organized. What? Nope, that's gonna be too small. Okay. Here you go. Well, that was fun. My scrap box just went flying off of what I set it on. So, bye, Mila. Ooh, take care of the horse. That's the take care of horses. You too, Brenda. Have a good day. All right. Bear with me for a moment. What the heck? Oh, my Lord. Bear with me for just a moment. Oh. Need to do a little measuring. But for some reason, I did, in my fever dream, did not cut out 11. So, 2.5 inches in. Actually, let's do 10. 10 sounds good. Okay, so 10 by just the bottom. That's what I thought. Okay, just gotta find where I want to cut this. So a lot of times I buy the black waterproof canvas in bulk, and that is so I can use it for the inside of certain pockets. It keeps costs down, and it keeps me from losing my mind about cutting stuff. Saves me on material that I have to special order. There you go. So, that sounds good. Here. It's been a long, long time. Oh, get out of my way. There we go. There's been times so confused. It leads to walk away. Sing what it is I see. I can't do it. All right. Remember, do yourself a favor and always close your rotary blade. Okay. Oh. So what did I just drop? Oh, slap bracelet. Over you go. Did I? No, that's the scrap. Close enough. I threw it and it fell near the basket. So for the back pocket, I did a 10 by 6 and a 10 by 5.5 piece. Mainly because it worked out that way, but also because this way I can put the 5.5 on the lower side and have less waste. There we go. And we got those marked, those marked, those marked. Okay, zipper time. God, that hurt. I have a bruise right here. I do not know how I got a bruise on my palm right in that place, but it hurts. Like when I drive, I tend to turn the wheel like this and it pushes right onto that bruise. Oh, I need. How do I want to do this? Okay. Oh, my last gold bunny. Where are you at? Is this you? Okay. Two top. All righty. So I'm not lying when I say I go all out for this bag, for these carpet bags. Because see, this is this year and last year's carpet pool. I plan on designing a different one and then selling some of these. Shoot, I do. Okay. I also need a scrap of my gold because I forgot about that. So let me do this. Okay, so 10. Let's do. No, it'll be fine. Okay. I mustn't be this way. My room is a nightmare, and with the clutter and the chaos on top of the time crunch that's starting to, the sword of Damocles kind of pushing over my head, and me wanting to go into beast mode, but not overdo it. It's been really racking my head trying to get things done, but I really do like doing the live. Thank you. Pretty much everything I have created for me from my bunny pools, which I'm already looking to design a new one for my business, to even the specialty pools for the carpet bags. Like everything on here is 100% custom created for me. The carpet design, and just about anybody can get that design. But then I have designs that I have created using the carpet theming. I have a carpet garden, Ghostbusters, Badgie from Lower Decks. Oh, love Badgie. Let's see. I've got a 90s theme, a carpet theme, Doctor Who, dice. The newest one is the leopard print that I did, where you kind of can't see until you're up close that it's got the carpet in the little leopard prints. It's so cute. I love it. All right. I really should put my logo on. Well, I can do it on the top, and that's where I'm going to want it anyways. Okay. Time is it? Oh, it's only 9:15. Look at that. We're doing good. All righty. So this is going to be fun. Like I said, so I'm going to make this into a zippered pocket, the tabs. And then I've got pieces to go on the side, which will need to be trimmed apparently. Got to learn how to see me every mind, and the rest will follow. So see, this will be in the seam, and then I can put the, I can have this guy and still have a good chunk of extra and not create bulk in my seam here. And then I have a strap cover for the straps. This is going to be the cutest backpack ever, y'all. Alrighty, so let me finish doing that part. Inside, I don't want to be a big dream. Okay, so mainly what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the zipper pocket on the back. And then I'm going to take the actual pattern piece and put it down and trace it out. That's why it's just kind of like squares right now. And that'll give me the perfect size. Then I will add on the stabilizer, maybe. I might not need it because this waterproof canvas, this is the basic bitch of basic bitches. Okay, this is just like, as you can see, it flops down, but once it's sewn in, it stands up like on its own. So it will add a good chunk of stability. So I don't know if I really need to add more. I also should be using my new rivets or my new rivet tool today too, but we shall see. Okay, let's go from there. Let's do that. All right, let's do this. I'm going to put some double-sided tape down. Are there any podcasts that y'all listen to that are like horror-based? Because it's like, I found a new one, Weeping Cedars, but I am almost done with that. Like, it's almost over. I'm just about on the last season. So I know I need to start hunting now, or when winter comes, I will be starving. But I really love any type of fiction podcasts. I don't care for nonfiction ones. I always feel like they're talking at me, and most of the time, I don't want to say I don't care, but I don't care. And I don't care for true crime podcasts. They feel very witch hunty to me, but that's my opinion, which I'm allowed to have. It is not a hot take. It is merely my opinion. So I've got double-sided tape on the bottom of this one and the top of this. My mids are marked because when I do this, I'm not exactly going to be measuring out. Just need to make sure that it's all wide enough. Okay, where does it stop being wide enough? Right about here. You do want to make sure that your scraps are wide enough for, oh wait, I need these, for your zipper. Wider than your zipper is better. Again, I'm going to be doing a 3/8 seam allowance. Or no, I'm sorry, a 1/4 inch seam allowance on my zipper, but I need at least 1 inch on each side. So I normally only use one side, the outside zip. I don't put two. I don't put a lining. So if you don't like your zipper end showing inside, even though you won't see it in this case. What I do is I fold over right sides together and I throw it on the table apparently. I slip that over. Get a couple of these. Sometimes that helps too. Clip that. And then, here we go. I pull this back over. If you're going to do this method and you cut your zip tabs to the accurate need, then you're going to want to add another inch on to be able to do this. Usually an inch and a half is good. But what that does is that encases your zipper completely without having to use two, and it keeps this out of the seam allowance. So it also means that now all I have to do is top stitch. You can stitch here and then pull it over and top stitch, but I'm just going to top stitch it. Just going to make sure that it's good to go there. Oop. I have to be careful because I've got that clip. So I'm going to pull my clip out just apparently all the way. Hold that down. So not only does this method save material, but it also kind of saves you time. So again, you fold right sides together, give that a good crease. Make sure that your long side is against the right side of your zipper. I did it wrong like twice in a row and couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. It just wasn't computing in my head. I think was right before lunch and I was like, because I was just like, never mind. I went and ate and then came back. I was like, oh, I'm just being kind of dumb. So I've got that clipped because it's a little easier to help or to have that little extra hand. And I usually try to clip only about halfway so that I can start it without having to remove the clip. And then I fold it over. You can do this with vinyl. You want to be careful of how thick your vinyl is if you do that. Honestly, like Theratex, I know that would be a great thing to use for this method too. Okay, so pull out my all right. Anytime you use your thread zapper, just make sure you're being wary of how close you are to certain fabrics. Like you'll see me use it like willy-nilly around places that I know are going to be sewn in. But you still want to be careful because sometimes your thread will catch and just keep going. Ask me how I know. I should say in this segment of Ask Me How I Know, your thread will catch fire. Just so you know. Actually, I can use those. Alrighty, so now I have a zipper and you can't see the back of it at all. And you don't have any extra fabric in your seams, especially in something like a bound bag. Again, the name of the game is thin seams and thick gussets. Alrighty. So I'm going to mark my middles. So what I do now is I mark one middle and then I go down and mark the other side where I can see it so that I know both that it's actually even. The marks at least need to be in the same space. If they're a little off, that's not as prudent as if you sew the pieces on incorrectly. So I'm going to start with my bottom piece. line up my middle. Okay, and I'm just gonna get my zipper pull out of the way. So when you get to the bump where your zipper is, you can either move your zipper and then place it, or what I do is I line up and I just kind of pull it down a little bit, angle it down, and then move it back up so that the tape is lined up. Moving it's not a bad idea either. And that's mainly so that that hump doesn't make a weird place in your zipper. Then, because I have a short piece and a long piece, I'm going to take the shorter piece, which, wow, you could totally not see the difference between them. I have my middles marked because it is shorter than my outside piece. Strange where you are, we were getting high. Okay, so now I'm going to sew down. I'm going to do a 1/4 inch. I have an amazing zipper tape. I want it to be seen. That is pretty much how I feel about all my bags. I'm specifically using fun colored zipper tapes and fun design zipper tapes, but I can't see them because they're taken up by a 3/8 seam allowance. So I'm going to do a 1/4 inch. Come on, you. Again, if I don't finish the bag today, I will wait and finish it on Saturday. Saturday will probably be, if I don't get this finished, Saturday will be finishing these and cutting out something different maybe. I'm trying to decide. All right, so I'm going to, again, this is a thick waterproof canvas. I know that going in, so I know that I need to crease this on its own. And then I flip over and gently push down my vinyl where it's comfortable. You don't want to pull really tight because then it's going to cause the stitches to be seen. Okay, get that comfortable. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to pull at my lining with a slight tug. There you are. On my outside, mainly I'm holding it. And I'm doing that because I want a nice straight zipper. Your top stitching, what did I just drop? Doggone it, that better not have been my clip. Oh, hang on, y'all. It's the installment of what did I throw on the floor this time. Feels like it was important. Wasn't my clipper, so it was probably, nope, those are there. All right. But there we go. That is our bottom piece. Loving how that's looking so far. What did I drop? Oh my God, why are there so many clips down here? They hit my foot though. Well, I have no idea what dropped. What out on the ceiling? Nope. Well, no clue. Alrighty. No idea. So we're just going to carry on all the wayward sons, because the daughters know where the hell they're going. Okay. That went on nice and straight too. Perfect. So then I'm going to take my top piece. And I'm going to put down a little chunk of it right in the middle. So I'm lining up those marking pieces. Then I'm going to flip it back over, and I'm going to take the sides and line them up. I'm going to do the same over here. And then I'm going to go back on the other side, and I'm going to line up my zipper. Okay. So I did kind of have to, squish it a little bit in, but if you don't do that, your zipper is going to be wonky. It's going to end up a little wavy. You have a much better chance at a straight zipper if you have 3 points of line up. There we go. Line up my mids here. Might have to go grab a bag of trail mix here. Yep, he's going there. Okay. So I've got right sides together there. Right sides together with the longer piece. On back pockets with little minis like this, your best bet is a 6 and a 5.5 piece by the width of your work that you're wanting to use. I don't like having to cut down a lot of stuff because it feels very wasteful. Just moving my zipper pull so that I can kind of fiddle with the back. I want a nice straight edge here. Yeah, I don't like doing a lot of waste. Even with the fact that, oh, sorry, my face is itchy today. Even with the fact that I save a lot of the cotton pieces for stuffing crochet. Ooh. Ow, son of a motherless goat. Yep, see, told you. Catches fire sometimes. Flames on. I do have a box where I keep cotton pieces and anything that's soft material to stuff crochet animals with. And I do try to use what I can of vinyl scraps. Okay, so I'm folding up my top, but leaving my bottom just where it is. And you can see how it's just about not lined up. There's like 1/8 of an inch at the bottom that I'll have to trim. That is acceptable. Okay, so you don't have to worry about holding a bottom. Okay. So I top stitch that up. There we are. Now I'm going to trim these tabs so that everything lines up in the square, or, well, technically rectangle. And then I'm going to work on the bottom, or sealing the pocket real quick. Because as you can see, the pocket is not in the seams. I do that on purpose. This is not a birthed bag. It is a bound bag. So, I can close off this pocket. So what I'm going to do is find my ruler. There it is. I'm going to find where the tab ends and go about 1/4 of an inch outside of that. So it looks like, let me do this because this is bothering me. Okay, so when you do this, you don't want to yank up the bottom. You want it to be kind of loose so that you can push this down so it sits naturally. So I'm going to do about 1/2 inch. That should be fine. So I'm going to mark 1/2 inch there. In fact, I'm going to do 1/4 inch on the bottom. No, it needs to be 1/2 inch because, yeah, they're slightly uneven. So I'm going to mark 1/2 inch line so that it catches all the levels. And go in 1/2 inch there too. Okay, so I've got 1/2 inch line marked all the way around. Now, when I sew this, I'll move over there for a moment. When I sew this, I'm going to start right under where the seam is for the zipper. So right here. But on this side, so I can do a continuous stitch, I'm going to come over here. Right about there. Okay, so I'm going to start here, go all the way up. Then I'm going to back stitch, and I'm going to turn my whole work around. And now I'm not fighting the seam there. There you go. And there we are. And all we have to do is trim it. Now you do have this little like hole in the side. You can put a touch of glue there if you really want to, but it's not going to affect the pocket. See, now we have a sealed pocket. Trim it down just a smidge. So what I'm going to do is right here, when I get to where the tab is and the seam is, I'm just going to then clip out that way. So it's clipping up to that seam and then clipping out your strips. Mama never was around. Indiana boys with the Indiana Nights. There we go. Oh, okay. So that is set. Now I need to get the pattern piece. That fell. My strap pieces. Oh, I would have been so mad because I would have had to cut more. But the problem is they fell and then they rolled. Okay. So. One more time to kill me. So first I'm going to mark my centers because my sides should be pretty much on the mark. And after I do this, while the heat press heats up, I have to go grab a bag of trail mix because my stomach is very upset. Actually, I should say it's very unhappy that it has not been fed again. Okay, so. Body dress, make me a drink, sing me a song. Can't stay long. So I was trying to decide where I wanted to position it. And I want more space up here because I've got to do that strap cover. And I'm trying to figure out where to put my name tag. It's going to be down here probably. And, you know, I did a little reel on Instagram. I know I posted it on the Clock app as well about placement. You do want to be wary of your placement of things like that. While, yes, you most certainly should be tooting your horn that you made something, especially these complicated ass bags. However, you don't want it to only be about you. It's out of respect for the customer and the fabric. So let me show you. There you go. Okay, so when I put my name tags on, I usually try to strive for it to be in the middle. And as you can see, this is a very simple repeat. So there's, you know, a lot going on, and the name tag's not going to take away from that. So that's fine in the middle. However, I have this print with my sassy baby on it. So I figured if I put it in the middle, the way I cut it, I wanted this image to be there, and on the other side is this image straight in the middle. I'm not going to put my tag over something that I fussy cut it, first of all. Second of all, it's okay if it's off-centered. So on this one, I put it over here so that we could see my sassy boas. And then on this one, I didn't want to cover up any of the babies too much, which I succeeded pretty well on making sure that they're seen and not... So it's easy for people to go, oh yes, Chubby Bunny Studios made this, and not feel like it's just about me. But yes, I will most certainly toot my horn that I made these because these are pretty. These came out so pretty. But it almost started an argument, it seemed, because somebody was like, well, then just don't put a tag. I'm like, or put the tag inside. I feel like I'm hiding if I put my tag just on the inside. Like, I'm not proud of this, but I do want people to still know I made it. That's kind of the issue, the only issue I have with just a tag inside. A tag inside and outside's great. And I use, even with lower cost items, I still use a tag on the outside. So I have no problems, but I did have somebody come to my defense before I could even really say anything. And they're like, but I like the tag on the outside. It looks so bougie. I'm like, well, that's kind of the point. I like being bougie. I think everything should be able to be function and fashion. Okay, so I'm just tracing this so that I can cut it down. Yeah, okay, good. Good. I'm making sure that my pocket isn't going to get caught in the seam. So when you have a zipper like this, you want to trace one side and then move your zipper over to the other side so that you can trace it without it bubbling up on you. I love how cute it looks. Look how cute that is. Listen, it's about to be even cuter in a minute because hang on. I have to cut down this thing. Okay. That goes over there. This goes here. I'll clean that up later. Whew, I got to stop saying I'll clean that up later. Later is becoming non-existent. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is, because I want to make sure that my pieces look, because it's a rectangle, And I want to make sure that everything looks the same on all the curves. So I have this in half. Make sure that my mark lines up. Yep. Make sure that lines up. Well, that was an interesting random noise. Oh, Deborah, thank you. I do try. So I'm just cutting off these corners using one of the lines that I drew. I drew all 4 just in case. And now I'm going to move down here. Mark that. And I'm clipping because if I don't clip, it's going to kind of shift while I'm trying to cut it. And then I do hold the top as much as I can so that it doesn't shift. So the reason I did that is because I don't want to accidentally cut that line and it's awkward. And then I got to keep trimming and then it just gets worse and worse. So let's trim the bottom so that it's nice and sweet. Alright. So I always keep in one of my drawers a little baby. This is an 8x6. Little cutting board. I think I got it at like Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to use my ruler. I'm going to line it up with that. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Oops. Boop. Put those away. I find having a cutting board nearby, or a little baby cutting board nearby, is always a good idea. All right, so now we have it shaped. And you can see on this one, maybe, I'm not sure if you can see that or not. It's a real light line, but the line isn't perfectly cut on this one, but I know it's fine because it matches this one because I cut them at the same time. When I cut out my wallets, I cut this way and then I fold it and trim so that everything is the same shape. Okay. How do I feel about this? I feel like it would be better with foam. Do I want to do foam or do I want to do... I'm going to put the back together and see how everything feels then. This is definitely as I go process. Okay, so next we need to put in my name tag and the straps stuff. And I'm thinking this piece is a little bit more than the width and 2.5. And the grab handle is going to be on top. So all I have to do is put it with these. So I'm going to mark 1 inch in. All my like regular writing pens have just like disappeared. The fairies took them all. They left the ones that don't work. They're so mean sometimes. Oh, look, I already have a name tag over here. So I just need a little piece of contrast vinyl to put behind it. And there are times when I've forgotten to cut out the contrast vinyl that I'm like, ugh, you know what? I just won't do it this time. But I feel like it's those little things that really add a nice touch. I get worried my tag is crooked. Oh, yes. There's a lot of measurement and there's a lot of self-doubt that goes along with putting a tag on. So I definitely feel you. If someone asks who made that, I want them to be able to point to it. It would be interesting. Like sometimes I'm like, I wish we could, send pictures in our comments on the clock app and that. And then I'm like, ugh, I know what door that opens. And it's not one I really want to see open. There we go. Now, this is a soft vinyl that I'm using. So I know that it's got a little bit of stretch. So I have to be wary of that when I'm like folding it or pushing sides out because it can be a pain in the butt. I have to remember. I got this vinyl on Amazon. It's such a soft, pretty gold. But I'm trying to decide for next year because I can never just be in the present, it seems. I always have to be planning. Always be planning. I'm trying to decide what my contrast color will be for next year. Because last year it was blue. It was a nice deep blue marine vinyl. The word marine did not sound right in my when I was saying it. That's why I kept saying it over and over. So I'm sorry if it sounded like I was on repeat. All right, so I marked down 1 inch on each side. And I folded to that line. So I've got this open space here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place my straps and then I'm going to put this over it. So that's ready to go. So now we're going to do these. This was a 5 inch by 5 inch. Or the attempt at 5 by 5. It became a 4.5 by 5, and that's why it got cut weird. Okay, so that explains that. If you use a ruler that has a half mark, like an 8 by 8.5, make sure you're paying attention to where that half mark is, because yes, I will have to fix that, but that is fine. That's not too big of a deal. Don't speak. I know what you're thinking, and I don't need your reasons. So what I'm going to do is just mark where I need to trim this down. Who are you? What do you want? Go away. This room needs to be cleaned, and I'm in a place where I'm like, I need to get more done. I need to get more done. I need to get more done. And my husband now just randomly sends me a message that he just sends me text messages out of the blue now that says, you'll get done what you get done. And his timing has always been interesting, I will say that, but he's not wrong. I know that that's the fact. I'll get done what I get done. And I can always take custom orders. That's never a problem. Like right now, my customs are pretty much locked. I will gladly take, what's the word? What is the word I'm looking for? Bo, help me. Deposits, so that you're in line. It doesn't feel straight and it's bothering me. I'm just putting tape on this because I'm going to fold down this side, the side that's not going to be connected in, I hope. We'll find out in a minute. Hush, hush, darling. Hush, hush, darling. But I am in that place where I'm not going to get enough done. And even with his encouragement in that, it is a very loud voice in my head. It is not just loud, it is absolutely possum screaming in my head. I'm not going to get enough done. Will you come off tape? Good Lord. There we go. Okay. Okay, so yeah. So I did a square triangle. I did a square, an even square, maybe. I don't know anymore. I lose my mind. And then I cut the square in half. So when you fold the square in half, this long edge is what's going to go inside your seam in your bag. So you don't have to worry about this one. You have two options here. You can either sew this together and flip it out, or because I'm using vinyl, I'm going to fold the edge in a scoosh, looks like a 1/4 inch. Okay, so now I have a non-raw edge. If you're doing leather this way, you probably don't even have to worry about folding over that edge. Okay, I'm going to take these D-ring, or these strap rings. I'm using triangles. Not triangles. Why is everything a bleeding triangle to me today? Rectangle rings. I wrap them around my webbing because I'm using webbing for this. And I'm just going to sew straight up and then back stitch right back out. And that will secure it. The nice thing is, I will say, is this thread just matches it really well, so you can't even really see it. But even if you could, there we go. You're not going to see much of it anyways. Most of it's going to be hidden, but it does nicely secure it. Okay, so I cut this last night and I didn't seal these edges, so that's what I'm going to do, is just run this along the edges of this. Make sure I get both sides. If you do this with a lighter, it does kind of seal them together really nicely. This would work out even better if I had gotten them. Mainly my concern is just making sure that it's not going to unravel. Okay. Oh, coffee's almost done. Okay, so I've got that folded raw edge in. I'm going to fold that in half, wrong sides together. I'm going to clip this. I'm actually going to make sure that, because I know this is a really soft vinyl, I'm going to clip it so that it's kind of in the seam allowance mainly. Okay. Then I'm going to take this and tuck it right up against it. Okay. Now, this is how it's going to be on the left side of the bag. Yeah, left side of the bag. And yes, I did just do that to double check. And then the other side will be this way. So you want to keep that in mind when you're sewing. If you, like me, don't sometimes feel your bobbin stitches look the best and you're kind of wanting to hide them a little bit. New shape unlocked, Bo. You are so right. A hydrogen triangle, a con. I don't know. I'm just throwing words Just throwing letters together. And isn't that really what words are? It's just throwing letters together. Anyway, so left and right. So when I'm stitching the left side, I want to go up so that it's facing the way. Like, so the way I'm looking at it now, I'm going to want to stitch starting here, go down, and that'll be my right side. When I stitch the other one, I'm going to flip it over. But sometimes the trick is, and that's why I'm not really like pinning this in. Sometimes the trick is to start and then push it in there. So this is the left side. Let's go ahead and do that. See how that works for me. Right now I've got it in there, but remember you're going to be going up a hill. So if you have a hump jumper, I recommend it here. Let's see how well this works. I don't start on my open seam here because I want to be able to get my hand in there, or in this case, a finger, and be able to shuffle things around. Okay, so I'm going to place my needle. I'm going to back out of the room here. Come on. What's going on here? So what that means is I'm going to actually back stitch away from my hardware. There we go. 2 stitches is usually good. Now what I'm doing is, at this point, is I'm lifting my foot after every stitch so that my foot doesn't catch on my vinyl. Especially coming off of that piece of webbing. I'm making sure to position, not pull my vinyl, because I know that it is a stretchy vinyl. Sometimes when I get a brand new vinyl, like if it's a vinyl from a designer that I've never had before, I'll cut off a piece and I'll just sit while I'm watching TV and stretch it, bend it, pull it, just because I want to get the feel for how that vinyl reacts. Like, I took a big chance with this vinyl when I first got it, and I realized it was really thin. It was kind of thinner than what I was used to from last year's bag, because that was a marine vinyl. But I did find that I love the shine. It has kind of a thin leather feel to it. And it looks really nice. It catches the light, but doesn't blast you in the face. Now, it's not mirror. It's a soft, glossy matte. You know, it's like the paints that it's like that varnish that you put on that's supposed to be matte, but it still goes on a little glossy. That's kind of what it does. Making sure that everything's nice and even. Cutting off the little corners. It bothers me to call them dog ears because we're cutting them off and it seems kind of cruel. I don't know. It might just be me. So let's see. Okay. The only problem I have is, see right here, the stitch didn't quite catch. And what happened is I know I didn't pre-start the stitch when I turned the corner. I'll show you when I get there. Let me get this one ready. But other than that, going up the hill here, as you can see, went really well. Let me show them. There we go. See how it's kind of pulling that? Yeah. However, the good news is that's on the back. Who's parking in front of my house? You're right. There you go. I'm always just curious who parks in front of my house. And somebody asked me how my neighbors are and how the neighborhood is. And I'm like, honestly, I love the neighborhood. It's quiet. I enjoy all my neighbors. I know the one right next to me, we've talked to her a few times. And I know that if the house were on fire, she'd call the fire department. So I have not made the Holly reader yet, Bo. I start calling you Miss Bell. I have not made the Holly reader yet. It is on my list of things that I want to do because I want to adjust it so that it can fit my my baby iPad. Because it would make me happy to have a little cover for it. And I think it would fit it anyways. I've just been trying to figure out. I do have a vice when it comes to patterns that it's very difficult for me not to just buy a pattern to buy it for the joy of it right now. I buy it with the thought process of how I can make it a product. All right, so what I do is to remember which side how I want to top stitch it. I look at how the other one is, and then I flip that one. Yep, because I want my top stitching to be opposite so that they sit like that. Actually, it's like that, but you know what I mean. So that means I actually start with the open end to it instead of the closed end. However you do it is your way of doing it. I only show my way in hopes that it can help others. The method that comes out. What did you do? What did you do? Oh, okay. I'm going to make sure that I've got it same, which I don't. A little bit more. Okay, because you don't want to have this out too much, but you don't want to have this in so much that it actually ends up in your seam. So as you can see, there's a little indentation right there. That's also a good place to put a rivet to help keep this. But honestly, I mean, that's pretty good for me. Oh, okay, so let me do 2 more stitches. Then I'm going to put the thin side of my hump jumper under. I'm going to make sure that my webbing is all the way up to that corner, nice and snug. There we go. Okay, so when you turn a corner, because you're placing your needle, so I go all the way in, and then I start to have the needle go up. So I pre-stitch. I pre-start the stitch. And then we're going to see if that worked this time. Okay, a couple stitches to back out of the room. I know I'm going to be coming down here, so I'm going to stick that right there. So I'm putting my hump jumper right up to the material pretty much. Also helps because then I can kind of push the material a little bit. Come on. Okay. Now, like when I use this for gusset, I have to be careful with the gusset that I don't stretch it out, basting it and everything. All right, let me clip these corners. Make sure everything's lining up nicely. There we go. But yeah, the holly's definitely on my list of things to make. And I really want to make a lot of those moon dances because I made one. I was like, well, this is just stinking cute. Oh, I want to see how that worked out. Yep, there we go. So no weird stitch on that one. So that's all it is just not doing a full stitch, but just enough that it kind of starts it whenever you pivot on a corner. All right, where do I want to put these? Actually, that goes on the left and that goes on the right. There we are. Let's put them here. Is there good? I also might have made these a wee bit big. There we go. And let your light shine down. Okay. Then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm placing them and I'm going to line up my ruler. That is pretty perfect. I'm going to line up my ruler with the bottom of my, what's the measurement here? 1.5. And there go my AirPods. Oh, that does really sound cute. I was talking about with the moon dance that there's one that you can make it a foldable tablet case. Oh, Lord. I already am doing way more modifications than I need to do on stuff. Like, I haven't gotten the Rowena yet, even though I do really want to make it, especially the modified. Like the rest of the sewing world, we've all been kind of waiting for her to get to a point that she was comfortable in releasing it, which, I'm glad that there were most folks that were patient, and to the folks that weren't, go design your own bag. Some of y'all were rude. Not y'all, probably, but some of them were rude. Oh, thank you. Yes. Send me the link. That would be great. Because I don't have anything to do. My gaming group keeps yelling at me and they're like, stop figuring out new things to make. I'm like, I can't help it. The nice thing about this is I really don't think it's going to be adding that much bulk on this corner. Especially since I don't know if I'm going to add any stabilizer. I might add a piece of foam. I'm still debating on that. Just like I'm still debating on where the hell to put my... I'm just basing on my connectors. And the thing to remember is that you want your connector facing up, not down. In this week's segment of Ask Me How I Know. I've been listening to a podcast that has it has the documentary, the mock documentary going, and then it has an episode of like a news program. It's kind of like if you ever listened to King Falls AM, which I freaking miss that show so much, and Night Vale together, because it's weird, but it's like interesting. My favorite foam, let me see. I really just enjoy using headliner foam from like Joann's and that. I either get it on Amazon or Joann's. It comes in nice wide pieces. It's soft and it really takes glue and compression really well. I also found that it doesn't like break down over time. Like if you keep folding it over and over, it still has its bounce to it. But there are the connectors. So those will be nice because they'll come out wide for the shoulder. Now here comes the fun. I always get nervous putting on straps for some reason. I like a crossbody strap because it's easy to fix. if I mess up something. All right, but I'm putting on a piece of 1/2-inch double-sided tape. Okay, y'all are going to have to hold on 2 seconds. Apparently, my stomach has everybody in a tizzy. Bear with me for 1 second. Yes, stomach, yes, I'm going. I just have to get something out of the way. Oh, I thought I heard something. All right, you stay there. Don't. I'm okay. Oh, really? You had to dump all of that. Thanks. The giant roll of waterproof canvas fell over and knocked over all my other bias tape. So, okay. I got some cashews. Got this Nature's Garden. Really good. I like the little fruit cubes. They're literally fruit cubes. Okay. Supposed to be playing the game last night, but was instead making the Luna Buckle Man. Oops. Which one's the Luna bucket bag? Sounds familiar, but at the same time not. Mama, the time zone I'm in is Eastern Standard Time. So right now it is 20 past 10, give or take a few. Yeah. No. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to decide where I want this. Yeah, there we go. Just what's... Because if you put it too high up, then it's going to be weird where it hangs. Okay. So I'm putting my strap down 1 inch from the top, which means I'm going to do that. And since I'm not putting... So I'm not putting a grab handle in between. I need to make sure that I'm in the middle here. Don't put the piece of tape in your mouth. Put the cashew. Okay. Yeah. So I'm also... going to cut my webbing at an angle. Keep almost putting the tape in my mouth. Oh. This is why sometimes snacks and sewing don't mix. But I think it'd be a concerning day for y'all if I all of a sudden just like passed out. I think I did about one. I think I'm doing about a 1 1/8 or 1 1/4. Just a sex and candy in you. I've got to get this tape off of my hand before I accidentally eat it, y'all. I cannot do this. There we go. Now I'm just trying to figure out where I'm putting these straps. Oh, let's do it that way. But I am putting them an inch apart from the middle. So they'll end up being 2 inches apart. If you put them too close, they sit weird on your neck. Oh, I can have the cashew now. In my direction. Now I have to remember that, like that, like that. Yes, okay. I get so nervous about putting these things on here, like I'm going to do it wrong. Even after making backpacks as much as I have, I'm still like evolving and changing things and figuring out how I want something. You know, does it fit better this way? Does it fit better that way? I say like an inch. There we go. Where are you at? Right there. Perfection. Ugh. Maybe not if I stick it to the table. Got it. Okay. I throw my... Yeah. Oh, yeah, that feels nice. Okay, let me see if I can show you. See? Maybe. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. It cups the neck nicely without feeling like it's scraping. Ugh. Okay. Because like 2 inches apart seems like really extreme, but it does work really nicely. Yeah, Bo, I would put yours probably 1 3/8 from the top. I know, it's going to be so adorable. You know what? So Mama was saying that it's like those puzzles that they made you take in school where you had to put the boxes back together one flat at a time. Yeah, that's pretty much what sewing bags. That's actually pretty much what sewing is. It's taking all these pieces that have been cut up and you have to put it together. But even more so, you have to put it together in a way that it wasn't originally. Let me get these out too. The cashews always help. A little handful of cashews help nicely because it's a lot of protein. But look at the little cubes. Little cubes. Little few cubes. They're so adorable. I can't wait for this to be done. Going past 10. Well, we might have to be able to finish this up today. I say that. I say that every time. Okay. So I'm sewing on my strap connector cover. There we go. And I'm most likely going to go over this twice. Like, I'm probably going to do a 3/8. Where are you going? Stop it. Damn it. Sometimes I get so frustrated because I don't have enough room up here for everything. But I've got to have liquid. Okay. So I'm going to go down here. And I'm going to do a 3/8 across everything. I'm going nice and careful because I really want the seams to look, my lord, uniform. All right, I'm trying to get these straps to stay out of the way. Okay. Over there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I did that. Okay. I had to go over a lot of double-sided tape on that second go-round, so I wanted to make sure that my needle wasn't sticky. Okay. Yeah, I think this needs at least foam. But again, I'm trying to decide. I do have a piece of Decoville Heavy. Just don't know if I want that much stability. There we go. Got those cut down. Okay, so there's that part of it. So real quick, I am going to get these straps out of the way. Cut myself a name badge. Then all we have to do, I'm probably going to cut a piece of foam. I really just like the thought of foam on the back. Because what I think of is, how is that stiffness going to feel, you know? And I just think the foam is going to have a nicer feel to it. So for right now, I'm just going to get these the heck out of the way so they're not like flopping all over the place like tentacles. There we go. It looks so weird to me without a grab handle, but I really like the thought of a top grab handle. So just something to get used to. Okay. I can cut two things real quick. Madre de Dios, please don't fall. I wish I had a tiny scrap of this, but I've been using it. I had to order more. I've got 2 packets of this right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's do... And for my tag, I do 1.5 by 2.5. Where are you at? Another reason to always close your blade. I just had to shove my... Oh, no. Yeah, this is just the vinyl for it. The headliner foam is a coming. There we go. Okay. I just cut myself a little rectangle. Gather it up like a bag and just shove it over there for the time being. Oh, yeah, I do have to grab that, though, but it's going to be on the other table real quick. There we go. And then I have a little corner punch that I use, so I don't have to try to cut my corners all the same. They just get cut nicely for me. And this is in my Amazon storefront, too. Okay, bear with me for just a moment. Stay there. Why? Why do I have everything everywhere all at once? I'm not going to show you how. Ooh, I've already got it down, too. So this is the headliner foam that I use. It's got a soft side on here. This is what they use in cars. It's most of the time on your ceiling. And it comes in black, tan, and gray. I don't think it comes in white, but it doesn't matter to me. It's called whatever's cheapest. Whichever one is on sale, that's the one I grab. Okay. Actually, I probably can do it right here. Let me move my little snack spirit. Tell who's ever trying to call me to fluff off. Okay. I try to be very frugal with this stuff. Again, I don't like waste. Though, thank goodness for KC, for Carolina Little Stitches, coming out with that bitty bag. Because it does... I do have some scraps of this that I can't use for anything else. You know, I don't think this is. I need to put that in there, though. For sure. Because that is one of the places that I get it. If it's not on sale at Joann's, or I don't have a coupon, or they're out, because my Joann's location is goodbye. Is rough. I don't know why they don't send us stuff, but we're always like the last to get anything if we do. There we go. And I just cut it out like that, and then I'll trim it off afterwards. And again, something gets rolled into a ball and thrown to the side. All right. Yes, that does feel better. Okay, but I cannot put this on until I put this on. We're going to move up there for the moment. And normally, yes, I do like putting my tag out front. It's just not going to work in this case because... Okay. It's not going to work because it's got the eat-a-bag window. These are most likely going to be pre-orders for pickup at the show. That way I can just kind of do them at my leisure. Wait, I don't have leisure. So I got a piece of double-sided tape. Is that closed? That's closed. Okay. Okay. Shoot. Hang on, I don't have my bottom marked for my mid. I trimmed off what I did have marked, so. Okay. Yes, that'll be fine. Okay. Keep calm. Fairies couldn't have taken it too far. Just had it. Y'all, I lost the tag back. It has disappeared. Nope. Redonkulous, you little assholes. Did y'all see it on the table anywhere? Because, good Lord, I'm going to have to get down here today and get... I just counted at least 10 clips that are on the floor. Okay. I'm not really wanting to take much time to do that. So, just making sure, because I didn't take the tape off of it. Did I? I got the ruler. All right, so I'm going to cut another one because this one has disappeared. Oh. Well, this is actually nice and soft on the other side. Morning, Kanani. Sorry if I didn't see it earlier. Now, where'd my ruler go? Oh, it's right here. Okay. That was on me. Bothers me when this happens, when something just like up and disappears. It's so rude. Especially when I have to then fight with the... Oh, y'all. That's stuck to... I knew it. Ah. Well, it's a good thing I am using those a lot right now, but it got stuck to my elbow. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it. Where? Oh, of course, it's stuck on me. Where to put the... See, when I'm making a pattern that I know really well and I've got everything, situated, I'm not this chaotic. But the moment I forget something, then all hell breaks loose. And it's so bothersome. So I'm going to eat a cranberry. Okay, so have it placed. I'm going to move my pocket out of the way so I don't sew through that. Oop, there we go. Start here, but the stitching on the tag gets lowered to a 3. And the reason is for that is because I have these tiny curves, and a shorter stitch length works really nice with tiny curves. Especially when the machine wants to. It's not you, Tiberius. I know. You're fine. Okay, get that out of the way. I do not backstitch on my tag. But, mother of God. Don't mind me. Knocking over my snack. Okay, I'm going to move my little snack guy back over here so that I don't dump everything. Again, that cube. Nope. I don't backstitch, but I do try to make sure that my stitches line up so that they're not overlapping. It looks more continuous. I'm so excited. I'm too deep. Okay, so I'll pull my threads to the back. There we go. There you are. I tighten them up nicely. And keep the pocket moved out of the way. Oh, that was going to bother me. Oof. I thought things weren't lining up and it was about to on your arm. I can't believe it was on my arm. Of course it was on my arm. There you go. Nope. Nope. There you are. I have to put these in my Amazon store as well. I do like these pliers with the curved. They're a little easier to work with. Much more comfortable on my hands. Maybe thinking of you keeps me up all night. Okay. I'm going to just use the prongs to indent. And then this is the scalpel that I use from Famore. I have to buy more blades for it because that's my last one. But they'll be at Dragon Con, so they will get all of my scissors to fix and sharpen. Not fix, sharpen. Okay, so I have the prongs. I take my threads and I wrap them around. And usually, I'm not gonna lie, I never have this ready. But I wrap it a couple of times around the prongs. And then I put my washer over it. Still kind of pulling tight. Because I just don't want the threads to come undone. And then tape. Okay. So before I put the tape completely on, I do flip it back over and make sure that everything's looking pretty, nice and straight. And then I put the tape, press the tape back on. I just feel like I've got stuff all over the place here, which I do. I mean, it's put that over there for now. Okay. All right, so then I've got that taken care of. Now we're going to take the foam. Now, I do usually like putting my tag on after the foam because it puffs it out a little bit, but I really wouldn't be able to do that and not accidentally sew in the pocket. If I was putting it up here, it wouldn't have been a problem, but because I was putting it lower so that I had plenty of strap cover, which I'm trying to decide if I want to put rivets there or not. Oh, I'm not going to clip. I'm just going to let that sit because I still need to do the back. I usually baste everything together. What all have I said that I need to add to my storefront? Because y'all know that the moment something shiny catches my attention, anything I've said is going to be forgotten. I'm just not good with this. So I should write it down. So I've got that. You can also glue baste it if you want. Okay, let me see. What is today? Wednesday? So I go ahead and do that. I ship the orders. I did cut that out. And I actually, sorry, it helps if I write down what I've accomplished as well. 6 and 7 wallet, we're done. Okay. So what I need to do is add to storefront the headliner. The flyers. Maybe that's how you spell it. I don't know how to spell things. Lighter's already there. Solder. I think I added the solder on. Okay. So if anything pops back up, let me know if it's something that I need to add to the store that I'm using. I don't mind at all. Okay, so that's taken care of. Now, oh, I forgot to do this, didn't I? Of course I did. I'm going to get moved over there. You're fine there. You're going to get moved there. I'll turn back on my press real quick because I want to press the H vinyl. So this is the inside of the Ida window. So this is how you can make this a very little waste bag by using your Ida window cutout as your pocket for the inside. I don't normally do a vinyl pocket on the inside. However, I like the thought of doing it this way. Let me, is there something actually I want to do? Yeah. I kind of want to fold it down though. You know what? I will do that after. That'll be fine because if I'm going to fold it that much, then. Because what I do for my backpack wallets, thank you, Val. What I do for my backpack wallets is I fold it down and then I put the vinyl on top so it covers that raw edge because I don't like how it feels when it scrapes against my hand. It bothers me. It bothers me so much. And I figure if it bothers me, it obviously will bother somebody out there. So I can fix that. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go ahead and do that. That way or just roll it down. I think I'd rather just do it that way. Yeah, okay, so while that's heating up, I'm not lying. This is how my, yay, Mila's back. Welcome back. This is pretty much how my thought process goes. Unless I'm doing a bag exactly the way I've been doing it for a while, I am constantly rethinking what I do. I am questioning my choices. I am making sure now to write down the fever dream so that I can go, no, there's something wrong with me. If I know for a fact now that's not going to work, you know. I was doing a bunch of the Bend and Snap from Lynn's Handmade. I love that bag. It's so cute. In fact, it's one of the few bags that I don't like change much. In fact, I really don't think I change anything except the seam allowance on the zipper. That's it. Because I do a 1/2-inch box. So I was doing a bunch of those. I had them cut out. And I went to bed going, you know what? I can just, I'm just going to do the pocket the way I do it on all the pockets. And that'll work out nicely. And I woke in the middle of the night with like, not like screaming, but shouting, but then I can't turn it. And my husband's like, what? I'm like, nothing, never mind. Just go back to bed. Just go back to sleep. He's like, okay. Because I realized at 3:00 in the morning in a dream that if I didn't keep that front pocket open, I wasn't going to be able to turn the bag. I'd have to find a completely different way, and I like the way it looks. So guess who guess who made sure that that pocket was actually closed. You know what? I'm going to, it'll be fine because I can just trim it. Okay, so by the way, I'm just going to throw that on the floor. So I folded that over about 1/4 of an inch so that it has a nice top. And what I'm going to do is take this piece of vinyl and put it over it. Do I need more tape? I do. So I want it to be just a smidge lower. Do I or do I not? Or do I want to cut that top? Thinking I want to cut down this top. Yeah, let me do that. Stay. So I'm going to trim the top of this as well because I do like having, I don't know if that actually marked a little bit. I'll do this the easy way then, or the easier way. Okay. Because I can kind of see it, but not enough to like actually cut it with scissors. So I'm just going to come right over here. There's part of the line. And there's the other part. Perfection. So now what I can do, because it just beeped at me to let me know that was done and ready. Again, closing my blade. It goes in a drawer, so if I know it's going to be a drawer where I'm going to be shuffling around. Oh, you like how I talk to myself. Everything is so loud in my mind that if I didn't talk out loud to myself, I never hear myself think. It's very unnerving at times. Thankfully, I have a partner who understands and does not judge me for that. The only thing is sometimes he kind of waits a moment and stares at me to see if I'm talking to him or I'm talking to myself. And someone tried to be mean and say that I would kind of decided to attack my sanity. And I was like, listen, right now I'm the only person that listens to me, so I'm just going to talk to myself. They weren't quite happy with that. Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry you have to go be an adult. Good luck with that. Okay, which side is this? Okay, so this is my width. So, wow, that's just gonna put that off. I'm gonna fold that in half, and I'll mark it in a second because this is a hot peel. So, I want to make sure I get it peeled off ASAP. And I did put some tape down. However, oh, that peels really nicely this time. However, it did shift a little bit, but it's going to be in a place that's going to be sewn down, so I'm not too worried. Okay. Let that cool for a moment. But I want to say, I just want that to cool so that it's a little bit stiffer to work with because I got to trim some of it off. Okay, so again, we're going to try this. Here you are, come back down. I'll tell your name. Also, I'm going to be auctioning off the rainbow bag that I created with the Pride So Long with, I know the name, it's just with Amber from the Crafty Reporter. I'm going to do that at the end of the month. I'm just trying to decide which charity to auction it off for, because I want to make sure that it's a good charity. So if y'all have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. I would like it to be this month a pride-based one. I am from Orlando, and I did actually lose a friend in the Pulse. The Pulse shootout. So, in fact, I was actually supposed to be there that night. So I'm kind of leaning towards that, because I think they do like a scholarship now. I've got a piece of, this is Sewist Plus from Castiel, handmade. I do love it. Oh no, wait, no, I'm so sorry. This is the extra firm from Beauty and Geek. I used up the last of mine, Sewist Plus, but this is a Geek Fuse that she has that is really, really good too. Both of them have amazing interfacings. The fleece is also from Beauty and Geek. Need to find my gloves again. I had one the other day, but I'm not going to really fuse this per se. I'm just going to put it behind where I'm putting the pocket, because like I said, this is a thin waterproof canvas, and I just feel like I need a little bit more stability. I'm going to kind of crease that a little bit. Just hear a lot of booming, which usually means a car. I'm going to put this a little bit lower, right about there. Where's my... I don't want it in the seam. So yeah, if you're just wanting to put a piece of interfacing behind a pocket to give it a little bit more stability, you don't really even have to fuse it. It's just something else for the stitches to hold on to. And remember, if you measure from the bottom, that's where you want to line up this body on it, because this is larger. I mean, not by much, but it is a little bit larger than the piece, because I usually do a Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that'll still be fine. But that's why I mark it, because I do a rough cut. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, let's see how well this works. So I'm just going to follow the line down. Come on, you. And I'm going to chicken foot it at the beginning. So what that means is I'm going to start at the top, stitch down, stitch back, stitch down again. What are you doing? And then, oh my God, Lord. You just create a chicken foot. I'll be able to show you on the other one. It's being a pain in the butt today. He's just being so sassy. And that's because I did not change. Come on, you. I stitched it. Okay, so I'm going to come up to the top, and then I'm going to go back and then up and then back again. So it creates a little chicken. It creates a little V, but I call it a chicken foot. Come on, there you go. I don't generally clip the ones on the back, but see how it's on that piece of interfacing? It's almost like a secret pocket, but it's not really a pocket. But yeah, there we go. I forgot to top stitch that. No, it's a good thing that it's sealed with the HDB vinyl. But yeah, normally you do want to like top stitch right here. I don't really think there's a way for me to fix that except to undo my stitches, and I make sure those stitches aren't coming undone. But yeah, I like how that feels. All right, now we're going to put that face down. I'm very glad I put this on here. Just gives it a little bit of extra to stay on. It is 11 o'clock. Okay, let's see. So I'm lining up my mid marks on the bottom. Come on. Trying to line up my marks, but the foam is being challenging. There we go. That's a little better. And then I go up here, make sure that those mid marks fit. And I'm even going to stretch it a little bit to kind of tighten it so that it's not loosey-goosey in there. All right. Oh, my nose. Okay, so now we're just going to baste around. How's my thread? So my bobbin thread's starting to look a little curled, which means I'm getting close to the end of my bobbin. And I baste at 1/8 of an inch. Barely 1/8 of an inch, to be honest, because I'm trying not to go over stitches too much, because I'm trying not to weaken my vinyl. So it's honestly, get over there. It's honestly about 1/16, in between a 1/16 and 1/8 of a stitch line. Like I said, mainly because I'm trying not to go like over stitches like 4 or 5 times here. No, you don't. We do not sew over clips, Tiberius. We've had this conversation. Okay. Clip these. Pull that down, and then I'm going to trim. Okay. Oof, it's getting warm in here. Probably because I need to drink some liquid. Ooh, if I need you, but ooh, I gotta find out. Ooh, I want you, I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I gotta find out. Find out. Because I'm just trimming off the excess, kind of going at an angle, so I can get a little bit under my stitches on the outside and kind of compress it a little bit more, take out some of it, and forget to do this side completely. That's fantastic. Hang on, thought I was done. There we go. Okay, so there's our back. We've got a little zipper pocket there. So keep stuff safe, but get to it quick. So there are the panels done. Put that in there. Yeah, I'm glad I put the foam in here. I feel like it's going to help a little bit. Thank you, Shannon. I really think it's going to be adorable too. And there's our front. So we have that pocket that you'll be able to get into, the pocket. I'm just going to set those like that. And we are going to get on to, come on, you. My God, when you sit on there. Ooh, drink. Okay. Yes. Yep. Hold this one. Say what you want about the Batman Forever movie. The soundtrack slaps. I love that soundtrack so much. Prince, U2. Why does my tea taste like that? Oh, it is not very good. I have to go get some energy stuff to put in it. Yeah, this time it's going to be an eat a bag. We're experimenting. Thank you very much, Mama. Yeah, I do need to buy a clamp cup holder. That is on the list of things to look for. Thank you. Now, Lord have mercy. Now I have to fuse things that I forgot to fuse. I do love a good experiment too. It always makes me happy to know that I might be able to kind of adjust a pattern so that it fits my needs. Make that afterwards. Okay. So I'm going to start on the panel. Oh, good God. Really, phone? Ugh. Everything's plugged in right. Okay, hang on. Nope, okay. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Here's what I was looking for. Come here, you. Oh, goodness. Let me just send this message real quick, please. How Yo Song. Really? Really? That's what I put. I went to type in how you doing, and it put how you song. How Yo Song. I don't even know what. See, that's when I know I really need my nails done, when I cannot type to save my life. Okay, so I've got my... Normally, I would already have this all fused, but things got a little wonky, a little out of balance. Okay. That is too big. I have to cut that down. That's fine. Meow, 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 meow. This is what, 3? I need to cut it down to 2. Really? Okay. Sorry, I overcut my interfacing. And especially on a zipper panel, you really don't want it to be in the seam where your zipper is, because that's just more you have to top stitch through. Nice. I'm going to put that with the scraps. That's a good scrap. Boop. You really just don't want it in your seams at all. especially with a bound bag, because it's just going to cause more thickness. Okay, so let's see. Good morning, Melissa. Keep going. Is it still morning? So I'm going to do my best to do these all at once so I can get them done. But I feel like that might not be achievable because I don't have a third hand. Okay, that should work. Another good reason to know how the vinyl that you're using, and if you're using vinyl, or how your materials work, especially in the gusset, is because you want to know if you're going to have to give a little bit less or a little bit more in the gusset. You know, is it going to stretch around curves, or is it going to fight you? If it's going to fight you, tired and wanting to leave. Well, what does that mean? We're all tired and wanting to leave work. And yes, I have days where I'm like, I don't want to go to work. And yes, this is a job. And no, I don't believe in that nonsense they try to spout, you know, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. You will work harder and longer hours to accomplish something that you love and to get that to grow because you love it. That was nice. A little bit of blueberry in that flavor. All right. To get these set and cooling. Also, if you're able to, cooling your pieces before you use them is always a good idea, especially on a nice flat surface. The flat surface should not be your cutting table, because your cutting mat, heat warps the cutting mat. Ask me how I know. Okay, that's nice and flat. So stay there. Now I need to see which side. There we are. Yep. Okay, so on the Twilight Traveler, you have two zipper panels. There we go. That are two different widths. Same length, different widths. Okay, what was I looking for? I'm so sorry. He wanted to know when the live was over, so I can go grab him when we get some lunch. Early last week, we both had just a truly garbage night for sleep. Like, neither of us could get to sleep. We couldn't get comfortable. We couldn't figure out what in the world was going on, and we were both bloody exhausted the next day. It was bad. Well, ever since that night, we've been having trouble keeping up, and I figured it's probably a couple of nights before that, and even a night or two after, we had like sherbet or something before bed. Now, it's usually not, hey, Charlie, come on. Hi, baby. Now, even if you're not diabetic, it's really not a good idea to have that kind of sugar late at night. Your body has no time to process it before you go to bed. So if you're not diabetic, it's not too bad. Your body will burn some of it because that's what your body does. Your body works properly. Mine doesn't. You know, that song, Your Body is a Wonderland. No, my body is a haunted amusement park that even the Scooby-Doo gang has, thoughts about not going to. So, no. So we figured that might be a lot of what it is. I'm also starting to wonder if it's my salt intake, because at the end of before we go to bed, I do take a tiny handful, like maybe 6 or 7 cashews. And while they're not heavily salted, they're also not lightly salted either. It's still sodium intake at that late of the hour, which, even though I'm not happy about the taste of the tea right now, I'm going to drink it because I know I need that liquid, especially seeing as I just had bits of sugar here. The trail mix isn't candy, but it's close. All right, so I put double-sided tape on both sides. I'm going to start with the thicker side because it's a little easier to top stitch and get a nice straight zipper if you start with the thicker side, because then when you're doing the thinner, you have more to grab on. I'm going to cut my zipper tape. I'm doing a double zipper pull, so I want a good chunk on both sides because I'm not going to add my zipper until the end. Hey, you all right? What's a weird little note you made? Huh? Is it your turn to sew? No? You're just the supervisor? I love you so freaking much. Oh, this is my son, everyone. This is my baby. I will ruin the world if something happens to him. You are my precious, precious boy. No. No, you gave out kisses earlier, so I don't need one right now. No. Now they stole a pen. Oh, damn it. There's just too much chaos going in here. I need to make, oh God, like 20 straps. So I think I might do that this afternoon, but I haven't had a chance to play Diablo. So it might be time for me to play a little Diablo. Maybe after lunch, I'll take a Diablo break. Diablo 4, by the way. Because they added pets. I was so mad when I started that I'm like, wait, I got to pick up my own gold? What in the nonsense is this? Somebody is smoking the glass dick, making me pick up my own gold. So the way I do my zippers, and it's a great way it's how I get nice straight zipper panels. They usually come out beautifully because of this. So I have my mid marked. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. I'm not going tight, but I am what you want to do is you want to really tug on your teeth. Your teeth aren't going to move. This is going to stretch. And some of them I have are really stretchy. So it's mainly just so I put my elbow here, and then that's going to hold that taunt. So I'm pulling on that taunt and then pulling on the teeth of the zipper. I'm going to do the same on the other side. That's what I thought. I'm like, why is my memory not giving me a name for the person singing this song? Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull those teeth still taut, and I'm going to mark right on the outside of the end of the zipper. So here's the end of the zipper. I'm not pulling the tape. Hi, baby. Sorry. I'm pulling the teeth. May I assist you, sir? Hang on. See, he knows whatever happens, he gets what he wants, don't you? You get what you want. There you go. You can chew on the pin, because for the love of God. Okay. Now, I know I cut these pieces, and Lord help those fairies. There they are. Here we are. Okay. So I usually cut them a little longer and a little wider, as I have found that that most waterproof canvases do not like to stretch. And I'd rather have extra that I have to trim down than try to yank it so that it'll fit in the bleeding seams. With a bound bag, I am extremely lazy about cutting most of the lining pieces. And that's because I've spent so much energy. Oh, you're going to make this such a pain in the butt, aren't you? I've spent so much energy cutting out the main pieces because I want them to be just right, that at that point I'm like, I don't care. Hey, buddy, I'm going to have to sew into you, and I'm sorry, but this is going to be a thing. So I sew it 1/4 of an inch. Lift this back up so that it doesn't bother him too much. Because yes, I am accommodating sewing for my cat. He is my baby. He is my spoiled baby. And he's very smart. He really is. But he is very uncoordinated as well. It has taken him a year and a half. Don't you attack that tail. It has taken him a good year and almost 2 years to figure out that how to run and turn corners on hardwood floor. Because at least for the first year, all you heard was all over the house, just him skittering everywhere. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was hilarious watching him try to Tokyo drift around a corner. Did you change the stitch width? I did. I went back up to a 4.5. I found with smooth vinyls in that works nicely and doesn't create as much pulling. So you watching the squirrels out there, buddy? I also use the same width for my top stitching. So this is a soft, like I said, this is a really soft and pliable waterproof canvas. So what I do to pull over so that you don't get that weird stitch pull that you can get, I put my nails, and you can honestly do this with a tool too, like a bone folder. Just put it on the edge where the stitch is. I just like using my nails, one, because they're nice and long and pointy, and then I can feel it. But I put my nails right above that stitch line and go across it. And that's not going to be where I want it to fold, but it's going to help. And I do apologize if sometimes the angle isn't the best for what I'm doing. I cannot sacrifice the quality of the bag so that y'all can see that moment better. or to your preference. So I do apologize for that. I want like 7 or 8 cameras in here at some point. But which just makes me think of an American Dad episode with Genevieve Vivance, but I need American Dad friends. So what I'm going to do is I've got that nicely pulled here or pushed down. So what I've discovered works really nice to not get a weird, like that weird stitch look. You better not chew on that thing again. Okay, he's just chilling. Is when I'm stitching, I don't pull at the vinyl. I actually pull at the lining. So I don't pull at the top, I pull at the lining. So I'm just going to get that nice and flat. Put a stitch in, back stitch. And then I'm going to kind of flatten this out here, but what I'm doing is going down a little bit, making sure my zipper is nice and straight. I'm going to do just that length that I did. Pull that up, straighten my zipper, push that down. I'm making sure that the zipper doesn't like do a weird curving. Just to where I stopped. And again, I'm tugging at the lining, and that will push it where I want the vinyl to go. Oh, damn it. When you get towards the end, if you're wanting to straighten your zipper, again, pull at the teeth. The teeth do not have the stretch. The tape has the stretch. Oh, you little bugger. Well, I lost Bob and Chicken, but it actually works out fine because I went a little bit too close. So those will heal up. Let me get that out. I'm actually wondering when that was going to happen. No digging. Get a new bobbin in there. When you rethread your machine for a color, you do want to snip at the top and pull through. You don't want to pull back through. It does, oh my Lord, calls. It can start to mess with the springs. However, I'm going to pull up my bobbin thread, push that over there, and then I'm going to reposition. There we are. And then I'm going to gently pull this thread back through. It hopefully is a very small amount. Hopefully the bobbin didn't get you too badly, is what I'm saying. Can you move your butt? Thank you, sir. That's if you are top stitching. If you're not top stitching, you don't have to really worry about doing that. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to fuse those nicely. Yep, okay, good. Okay, so you can kind of see how it's doing this weird little bend in, and that's because this isn't stationed yet. Boy, you might have to get the step in here, friend. Alrighty. When I'm turning my head like this, by the way, it's because I have a phone so that I can see the comments on the gram. And so that the computer can be for the tubes so that I can see those. But to be able to read it, I have to turn my head. All right. Oh, let me get that. Okay. So we have one panel done, and it is looking amazing. So I'm going to now pull the double-sided tape paper. Take the paper off. A little curl to it. And see, I'd give that little paper for him to play with, but I have to be careful because the girl, Tiamat, she'll eat it. Especially if she's even remotely stressed, which she's stressed when Mama's stressed. So guess what? She's always stressed. That's her secret. Okay, so I've lined up my middle with about 1 inch on either side. I'm going to go over this way, and I'm going to line up that mark just on the outside because that is how I marked it. I'm going to pull the zipper a little bit away, and then I'm going to do a quick pull. That should get it stationed pretty well. Sometimes, depending on your vinyl, if you've got a really stiff vinyl that you're putting in here, it's definitely going to do that. Make sure that there aren't any weird little like placements on it. There we go. I'm going to do the other side the same way. The reason I'm doing it this way and then forcing the zipper into this little like alcove is then it matches up. When you have 3 points of contact for your zipper, it does better at placing it. It also helps a lot with printed zippers because see, I'm using a printed zipper. So I want to make sure that this looks good when it's lined up. Okay. All right, now I'm going to put my scraggly fast cut piece. Feel the way I feel. Feel like a woman. Alrighty. The nice thing about not having the pulls on is it means I don't have to fiddle with them. And I don't even put them on the ends anymore. There's just no reason. If they're going to be on the outside of the zipper tape, I might as well just have them all the way off for right now. Especially seeing as I really I'm going to have to trim this down because it's going to be wider than my gusset. There we go. Just sewing these together like I do. Need to check my needle after this one. Gosh, I've got needles coming from Amazon at some point. What you doing there, buddy? So this is where you need to take a bath, huh? Oh my Lord. He just flopped over and just like scattered. You are a pain in the tuchus, mister. You are lucky you are adorable and love me so much. I think he knows. I think he knows exactly how much. Hey, Cynthia. I think he knows exactly how much he can get away with before he has to start like cuddling on me. Like, remember you love me. Yes, I remember I love you. I mean, it's a hard memory right now. All right. And I am going to be putting boning in this because I really want to make sure that zipper stays up. Alrighty, here we go. So again, I'm going to be pulling at the lining, not at my vinyl, not at my exterior. What you hearing there, buddy? Nothing that I need to worry about? Is that what you're saying? I'm going to be mad when they come out and do the grass today. Actually a little worried that they were going to come out and do the grass when I'm talking to y'all, and I'd have to bounce because y'all can't hear me, and what's the point, I guess. Oh, there we go. Madre de Dios. Okay, that time it was my fault. That's why I try to make sure that clips aren't left on the table. Okay. Checking all the... Got my head on a swivel like a night owl. Alrighty. I really don't like clipping top stitching threads short, but this does help a lot in that thought process. All right, so there we go so far. Loving how this is looking. Oh, I feel like I need a nap suddenly. Okay. Oh, God, what is that old taste and why is it there? Usually means that the sun pot wasn't cleaned out enough. The placement makes me very happy right now. Okay, so what I need to do is, so here is my gusset. And when I put it on, there's about 1/8 of an inch on both sides. That is too much, and that is correct. Now, what you could do is hope that your math is always right and cut your gusset wider. I used to do that. I have found that I like cutting down the zipper panel more. It's usually only 1/8 on each side, and it really straightens out your zipper panel really nicely. So hang on a moment. Why is there stuff everywhere? There we go. Okay. There you are. Are you kidding me? Really? Oh, okay. Had blade issues for a moment. Alrighty. Oh, the stitch width, Cynthia, was 4.5. All right, so now I have a very nice straight, even on everything The nice thing is the way this bag is made, it's so delicious because the gusset is like maybe, I think it's like an inch bigger than the zipper. So you get this nice wide open bits and pieces. Thank you, Mila. I am ecstatic. Really? You done? You good? Bye, sir. So rude sometimes. I'm so far really, really happy with how this is going. So I need 2 rectangle rings. Ugh. I need a new chair, y'all. It's really starting to hurt me a little bit. Because I don't think it's sitting up high enough. Let's see if I can get it to... Nope, that's not it. Where's the thing? Oh. Okay, so unlock it. Unlock it. Yeah, I don't think it goes up any higher. So it's got me sitting weird. Okay, so here we go. So on the OG Traveler, she has this brilliant thing where she has you create strap extenders. This way, the bag sits really nicely with the crossbody strap. Where did it go? There it is. Because normally, your strap connector would be here, and see, it would lean like all the time. No matter if it's full, it's going to lean. It's not as bad when it's full, but it still does that. Whereas up here, it's also not across the zipper. So that's points from definitely for me. And it lets it open so wide. Oh my God, I love this bag. We might have to be alone, but no. So what I'm going to do, because this is going to be a backpack, is I want to put a grab handle on the wider part of the zipper panel. So I'm still going to do these, but it's going to be one full piece that's folded over. And then I'm going to put a rectangle ring. Then I'm going to put a handle that goes over so that it's a quick grab handle to put on your back. So it'll be kind of like this. Let's see how well my measurements line up. And then I don't want to look behind me because it is a small nightmare back there because I have not cleaned that up. Oh, and then I will be using my soldering iron that I just got. That's later. That's not going to happen now. That's later. Here we go. Okay, yeah. It's a small nightmare back there. No, it's not for a recess zipper. Here's the zipper panel. This is for the outside. Yeah, I think that's what he means, the length. Depending on which way you look at it, it's width or length. That might be it. Thank you, Mila, so much. I'm very happy that this is going well. So far, so good is what I should say. Okay. So what we're going to do, put that clip there. Now you hate it when I leave the light on. It's for so long, even after you're gone. I'm trying to decide, because probably next time what I'll do is, I do like the double. Feels more secure that way. But I didn't want to talk, so I picked The paper is not bad news. It's been broken. People can use. Yeah, I like the double, but honestly, if you wanted, you could just do, like a half piece up of it, up the side. There we go. Good Lord, words again. You've asked for so long, even after you're gone. I know you love me, and soon you will see. Go. So I'm just going to take a piece of double-sided tape. And put it on the edge of each of these. If I had you on the line. All I did for these side anchors is just measure up the length that I did of the strap extender. And then I doubled it. You probably don't have to. You probably can just do like, did that not? Yeah, it didn't. You probably can just do that length plus like 2 or 3 inches and just fold it over. Deep breath. Look around, put on the PJs and hop in the bed. But I am going to do a little bit of an overhang. So, more tape. Whenever you're ready. Okay. So, I'm going to get this in place. And then I'm going to pop off so that my husband and I can go get some lunch. For you. Yeah. Probably we'll go ahead and get these completely situated so that I can put them, because she doesn't have you sew these on. She has you just use rivets. And for a grab handle, that's not a bad idea either. Like, I have a small paranoia about just doing handles with rivets, but I've seen a lot of folks do them, and a lot of like, I'm just making sure that I got the right side of the rivet or the ring in there. Okay. I just have to change my shorts because I'm in what I call sewing at home shorts, not going out and being around people shorts. And I'm just lining it up with the zipper the way that she has you in the pattern. So there is those. We're gonna call these handle anchors. And I am gonna go all the way through. So let me do this real quick. That goes over there for now. I'm just gonna baste my zipper. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I should do? I should put my God blessed zipper pulls on. Okay. These are really heavy. And most zipper helpers are not really helpers with them. It's just because they're so heavy. Florence doesn't do bad with these. There we go. I just wanted everybody to see how much like detail my manu got in that. Like, it literally looks like a piece of the carpet. But I am, there you are, hoping to find a manufacturer that will do these with color so that they can be even more epic. Just have to kind of one of my superpowers is being able to put zipper pulls on. without a helper. There we go. There's the zipper pulls. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and pause here. This is a really good spot. And Saturday, I will come on 8:30-ish, probably a little bit after that, or about 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will finish this Eda bag because I am so happy with it so far. But we still have to finish the construction of the gusset and then assemble it all together. And I'm always ready for Avengers Assemble time because that's when the bag is just about done and I can be in awe of how pretty it looks. So hang on, let me see. Yeah, here we are. So one more time, there's the back of it. So we'll have these connected here with adjustable sliders on it. It's got the pockets, got all the pretty stuff, including my tag. And then here's the front all ready to go. And it'll have that pocket that you can just slip it in. You can slip in your insert. This way you're not having to fight with a zipper or squish your insert or anything with the pins. So I'm hungry. So I think it is time that I fly and go grab my husband and go get some food. I think we're going to have Chinese today. All right. So let me see how I want to do this. I've got to turn my mouse back on. It's being a pain in the butt. This is the soldering iron that I'll be using, and I'll make sure to either do another video. I'll probably post a quick reel using it because I really do need to get those freaking straps done so that I can put those bags away. That's 20 bags that can't be put away because they don't got straps. So then I think I just want to rivet it. So that's in my Amazon shop. I will add the couple of things that y'all mentioned, including the headliner, and I will see y'all later. It was so much fun meeting everybody. Saturday should be a blast. So to really push on the mouse button now.